Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. We just made a cattle mob move onto another fresh stockpile of grass. This wasn't grazed since October, and they grazed this a little shorter in October, so we don't quite have as much dead matter in here. In other words, grass that was grown last fall. Most of the grass you see in here is green, fresh grass. It's got clover mixed in with it. And there's some orchard grass mixed in with the fescue. And so what we've got some pretty good manure pads stacking up, but I did see a few runny ones this morning. You can see though, this is what they were on today. See, they still left a good residual, so we're not taking it down very short. Probably took 3 inches off and moved them. I love this manure pile right here. Golly, you talk about a beautiful manure pile. That makes you just want to put that in a bowl and put some milk with it. Maybe a couple of bananas with your cereal. And just think it as multi meal. Put you some bananas in there. Now look, now watch this. I'm going to open that up. Oh, golly. Beautiful. It won't be long, folks. There'll be dung beetles in there. And that's because we don't pour our animals with Ivomec. So we're getting a good population of dung beetles. If you're pouring Ivomec on your animals, forget it. You won't see a dung beetle on your farm. You killed them all. The dung beetles take that manure and actually roll it up in little balls, and they take the moisture and they have a manure slurpee. The adult dung beetles, they live on the slurpee in that manure pad. So, you know, you're pouring all this stuff on your animals thinking you got to deworm them and all that, and at the same time, you're going broke. Absolutely going broke. And that's because that manure pad, here's another one, they're not going to be eaten by anything. And they're not going to grow you any more grass. And I was watching a guy the other day on YouTube, his channel, and he's like, well, if you don't drag your pastures, they'll be there, you know, a year from now. Well, he was right. If you're pouring all this crap on the back of your cows, he's right. They'll be there for a year. And if you don't drag your pastures, it kills out the grass. And so it just, well, you just got to chuckle. I mean, my God, have we been sold a Bill of Rights? It's just ridiculous. You think somebody drugged pastures for 10,000 years before a white man arrived on the continent? Heck no. They had beetles out there. And those beetles, it was a cycle. The huge herds of buffalo pooped. The dung beetles were there. They incorporated into the soil because there wasn't some jackalope out there pouring Ivomec down their back. Okay? Don't do that. So here's what we did. Because that's a real wushy pasture, there's a lot of green in there, not enough dry matter. I saw a few of these right here. Okay, see that one is pretty runny. There's another one. Well, here's one right over here. Okay, that's a little bit runny for me. I don't like that. And so what I'm doing is I'm giving the cows just half a bale. There's 304 head here. And we just gave them half a bale, so we'll give them the other half in the morning. We'll unroll it. That's what's so nice about the Greg Judy bale unroller is you can just unroll what you need and take the rest back to the house. So we just gave them half a bale, and in the morning they'll go on to another beautiful pasture like this, and we'll give them some more dry matter. I wanted to show you something. We're putting it in between their water point, which is up there. They've got to walk through that dry hay on the new paddock that they're on. And so over the course of the evening, they'll get bored, they'll kind of wander around up here, and they'll eat a little bit of this dry matter just to kind of help stabilize their gut. And if there's any animals that are needing some dry matter, it's here. So then this is pretty good hay. It's orchard grass, it's got some fescue, it's got a little bit of clover in it, not much, mainly just grass. And that's kind of what you want. But it was put up right. It wasn't over mature. It's got a lot of leaf in it. And it's just good quality hay. So you can see you can tell there's a clover seed head right there, smashed, nice and dry. There's some orchard grass. See, That's good hay. But you know what? That hay doesn't have the flavor that that stuff right there does. But if we get an animal that's got an upset belly tonight, he can come out here. That cow's kind of picking through just a little bit of it. There's another one over there picking through it. What I found out is they'll graze really hard on the green, and you come back out here in about an hour, and man, they're just working this hay over. It's almost like them getting their Pepto-Bismol. They got an upset belly, they can get their Pepto-Bismol. Ben, what do you think about all this green grass and not having to worry quite as much about feeding hay every day?
Oh man.
Pretty sweet, isn't it?
It's pretty sweet. It makes you appreciate it, that's for sure.
Connor, you've just been here a couple days. You didn't get to go through the winter with us, but you got the winter to look forward to, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about yourself, Connor. Where are you from?
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. Yes, sir.
What have you been up to? How old are you, first of all?
I'm 24.
24. Yep. And you were out on the West Coast for a while up in Idaho?
I was in Oregon.
Oregon.
For a year.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
What were you doing up there?
I was working on a mission trip. Essentially, I was working with the campus ministry at the University of Oregon.
Okay.
And so I was doing that for a year.
Yep. Yep. And now you're back in Nashville. Is that where your parents and everybody live?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You got some siblings?
I have a younger brother. He's at the University of Tennessee right now. So he's in his last semester, so he'll graduate in May.
He's one of those volunteers then, Tennessee
He
Volunteers.
is. So am I.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with them Tennessee Volunteers. Yeah, that's Peyton Manning country, isn't it?
Yes, sir. He's worshipped there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, all the Mannings are from Tennessee, I guess. Wasn't their dad Archie Manning?
Yes, sir.
Yep, that's cool. Well, we're glad to have you on the farm, and we look forward to you're going to be here a full year. So you actually came in on Wednesday. Isaac left, so he skipped out of town about the time you got here.
He's not leaving permanently.
No.
He's coming back.
Yeah. So Isaac's back home in Michigan, and his younger brother is a senior this year in high school, and he's wrestling the state wrestling championship. And boys, I watched him. I guess it was in the regionals, wouldn't it, Ben?
Yeah, or something like that.
Man, he's a beast. This guy put the kid down in it was in the first minute of the match or something. I mean, he's a pretty tough guy. What was the push-ups that his brother was doing?
You have to ask Isaac.
I think he had to do. It was a challenge. He did 10,000 push-ups in a month.
Or something crazy like that.
Or it was crazy. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'd be lucky to do 100 in a month. This guy did 10,000. So he's put in the work. His name's Craig, isn't it?
Yeah.
Craig, we wish you the best. Hope you come out good, and I know you will. And I know Isaac, he gets pretty fired up out here on the farm watching you wrestle. Your dad does that FaceTime thing, so that's awesome. We're going to go ahead and sign off here. We still got a little wire to put in, but I just wanted to introduce Connor, and we're back on green grass again. So we put out a little bit of dry matter just to kind of settle them down, and I think that's going to work good. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Everyone new to the channel, hit that subscribe button on the way out, and that bell if you would, and you'll be notified when I drop a new video. Have a good one, folks. Take care.